Huwag yung kayong magkadisgrasyahan tayo niyan. Sinasabi ko madidisgrasya kayo. At madidisgrasya kayo. Hindi ako urong dito. And I said, I would stake my honor, my life, and even the presidency.
Magandang umaga, Malacañang Press Corps sa ating mga bisita. Welcome din kay Ex-Governor Jose de la Cruz ng Bulacan, Mayor Romy Villaluna ng Bagaman Catanduanes, taga dyan po ang nanay ko, Councilor Juris Socro, Director John Senicat, marami pang bisita. Let's now have Presidential Spokesperson Harry Roque.
Magandang umaga Pilipinas and good morning to the ladies and gentlemen of the Malacañang Press Corps. Good news muna po tayo, bumaba pa po ang numero ng krimen at ang taong bayan mismo ang nagsasabi nito. We welcome po the good news that property crime or crime that includes street robbery, burglars, break-ins, carnapping and others fell to 5.1% in June 2018 compared to 6.1% in March 2018, and this is according to the recent survey conducted by the social weather stations. The same survey shows a record low 0.2% of families with members hurt by physical violence within the past 6 months. Good news din po, investor sentiment and business prospects among top executives in the country continue to remain upbeat, and this is according to the latest survey released by the Management Association of the Philippines and PricewaterhouseCoopers. Both MAP and PwC polls result indicated that 89% of chief executives nationwide were confident about prospects in revenues for the next 12 months. This is attributed to higher disposable income due to government's tax reform program and higher state spending. In addition, the poll reported that 79% of respondent CEOs expected the Philippine economic growth to outpace the average growth of the Association of Southeast Asian Nations. Further good news, 3.4 billion pesos po ang nilaan ng Department of Budget and Management para sa financing program ng Kagawaran ng Agrikultura sa susunod na taon. Ang Subsidy to Credit program ng DA ay magbibigay ng flexible non-collateralized production loans, quick response post-disaster loans na walang interes, at iba pang loans para sa pagbili ng mga makinaryang pang-agrikultura. Dagdag pa rito, susuportahan rin ng programang ito ang mga negosyo ng mga kapatid nating katutubo at mga grupo ng magsasaka na may kinalaman sa pangangalakal at progreso ng agro-fishery products. And final good news is magandang balita sa mga commuters. Sa susunod na buwan ng Oktubre ay bubuksan na po ang Parañaque Integrated Terminal Exchange. This aims to provide seamless transfer of passengers from one transport mode to another. Mula bus ay makakalipat at makakasakay na po ng taxi o jeep ang mga pasahero. Inaasahang makakatulong ang proyektong ito upang maibsan ang traffic sa Metro Manila dahil hindi na kinakailangan pang pumasok ng Maynila ang ilang bus mula sa lalawigan ng Laguna, Batangas at Cavite. Ayon sa Department of Transportation, mahigit 200,000 na commuters ang makikinabang dito araw-araw. Questions from the Malacañang Press Corps, please.
And basic question, Rose Novenario to be followed by Joyce.
Hi sir, good morning.
Good morning.
Sir, reaction lang po ng Malacañang dun sa pagbisita ni Josh Morris, yung chief ng Internal Political Unit ng US Embassy, kay Senator Trillanes at sa iba pang mga senador sa kahapon, sir.
Wala po. Yan naman po ay gawain talaga ng mga miyembro ng diplomatic delegation.
Tapos wala pong detalyeng sinabi yung mga binisita niyang senador. Ano, may tingin nyo merong something na inaalok ba ang US kay Trillanes? Or kasunod kasi po ito ng pagkikita nila US Ambassador at ni Pangulong Duterte?
Well, yun nga po, no? Yung si Presidente mismo po ay ayaw magsalita kung anong napag-usapan, no? Doon sa kanyang pagpupulong kay US Ambassador, no? Kaya nga po kami naman, wala rin kami doon sa pagpupulong ng isang political counselor ata itong bumisita sa kanila, no? So wala po kaming kinalaman o wala kaming nalalaman tungkol sa pagpupulong na yan.
Thank you.
May follow-up? Other issue, Joyce?
Sir, ano pong expectations ni President Rodrigo Duterte kay Agriculture Secretary Manny Piñol now that he's heading the NFA Council?
Well, we're hoping that with NFA, Philippine Coconut Authority, and if I'm not mistaken, yung fertilizer, ano nga bang pangalan nun? And pesticide Authority back in the DA, mas magkakaroon po ng closer coordination sa panig ng DA at ng mga ahensya na closely naman associated with agriculture. No? Inaasahan natin na mas magiging efficient yung determination kung kailan kinakailangan mag-angkat ng bigas dahil ang datos mismo ay hawak ng Department of Agriculture, kung magkano ang naiproduce ng mga lokal na mga magsasaka at kung magkano pa ang kinakailangan maangkat, no, para maibigay yung inaasahan nating demand ng merkado. No? So dati-dati naman po talaga itong tatlong ahensyang ito ay nasa ilalim ng Department of Agriculture. Nahiwalay lang po yan noong panahon na kinakailangan bigyan ng trabaho si Senator Pangilinan.
Pero may marching order po ba si President? Ano yung gusto niyang ipaprioritize kay Secretary Piñol as of this time?
Siyempre po, ang pinaka-importante, yung pinakamalapit sa ating tiyan, yung ating National Food Authority. Kinakailangan seamless yung pang-aangkat ng bigas. Kinakailangan sapat ang ating supply ng bigas. Kinakailangan kasi yung balanse na sapat ang supply pero hindi naman maapektuhan yung kita ng ating mga lokal na magsasaka. So naniniwala tayo na dahil ang datos nga ay nasa DA pagdating sa domestic production, mas magiging efficient na ngayon yung proseso ng determination kung kailan talaga kinakailangan mag-angkat.
Sir, follow-up lang din dun sa position ng NFA Administrator. So as of this time, sino po yung...
Meron pong OIC naman dyan, yung Deputy Administrator po.
Okay, may follow-up about NFA? Other issue? RJ?
Sir, Senator Zubiri is urging the president to appoint an anti-red tape authority czar. He said despite the ease of doing business law, he received reports from small businesses that there are still delays and obstacles in their transactions. So your comments, sir.
We appreciate the suggestion, but let's give the law a chance. Bagong batas naman po ito. Siguro po we will remind all heads of offices under the executive branch to strictly comply. And I understand there are also penal provisions in case public officers do not comply with the ease of business doing law. Ease of doing business law. I'm sorry.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay, Marisol Halili.
Hi, sir. Good morning. Sir, with regards to the procedure in procurement, in relation to the COA circular, what does the President mean when he said yesterday that he will follow the procedure during the time of former President Ferdinand Marcos? He mentioned about canvassing first before the procurement. What does he mean by this?
No, I think this is related to his overall view that there has to be some reforms made in the procurement process. Ang ayaw kasi niya, although merong competitive bidding, alam niya na maraming moro-moro nangyayari dyan sa mga bidding na yan, maraming yarian amongst people who participate in the same bid. No? So para hindi po madihadong gobyerno, kinakailangan talaga may separate monitoring kung magkano ang halaga ng mga bagay na bibili ng gobyerno para maiwasan yung sabwatan doon sa mga magbibid sa mga proyekto ng gobyerno.
Pero sir, nung sinabi po niya na canvassing, meaning?
Titignan po natin kung ano yung indicative price para alam natin kung mababa o mataas. Kasi pag nagsabwatan yung mga bidders, pwede nilang itaas yung presyo, no? Miski po pwedeng makuha na mas mababa.
And does it mean, sir, that there will be revisions when it comes to the procedures? I understand that the President also would like to do that.
Well, sa ngayon po, ang nais lang naman niya is mag-canvas para magkaroon ng indicative price nang maging guide sa mga procuring entity, no? Kung malayo sa katotohanan yung mga bid prices na sinusumite. Sa ganung level po, hindi naman kinakailangan magkaroon ng batas. No? Pero kung gagawa po talaga tayo ng separate na departamento, baka kinakailangan ng legislation. But we will see kung ma-achieve ang gustong mangyari ni Presidente through reorganizing lang a certain branch of government, in which case only an EO would be necessary.
Thank you, sir.
Questions, MPC? Jenaline Cabiling. Mike.
Sir, the President mentioned he would create a body an office of checks and balances to monitor government procurement. How soon will this be formed and who will consist of the body?
Well, siyempre po, kinakailangan isulat muna kung ano yung magiging itsura nitong departamentong to. No? Sa lalo mabilis na panahon po. Pero I don't think it will happen tomorrow. I don't think it will happen in next week, but possibly we're talking of 1 or 2 months, no, before we come up with the executive order that will be necessary. Kung executive order lang, ay pwede na. No? Otherwise, we will have to draft an administration bill. Pero kung creation lang of a separate department from an existing office na wala namang kinakailangan ng bagong positions, baka reorganizing the bureaucracy would be sufficient for this purpose.
Sir,
Sige.
Sir, Senator Soto has proposed the revision of the national anthem. Will the palace support his proposal?
Iniiwanan po namin yan sa Kongreso, mas matitinding problema na dapat harapin. Bahala na po ang Kongreso dyan.
Sir, the President met with the Land Bank officials and DBP officials yesterday. May we know the details of the meeting?
Ang gusto kasi niya, yung Land Bank, bumalik sa kanilang mandato na tulungan yung mga maliliit na magsasaka. Hindi naman kasi po pwede na isang bangko na binuo ng gobyerno para tulungan magsasaka, hindi na malapitan na magsasaka dahil napakadaming requirements na hindi po pwedeng makomply ng mga maliliit na magsasaka. Ang mandato ni gobyerno ng ating presidente doon sa Land Bank, bumalik sa kanyang original mission and vision. Lumaki na kasi ng husto ang Land Bank, naging sophisticated universal bank na siya, bumalik doon sa kanyang pinanggalingan, tulungan ng mga magsasaka, maski kulang-kulang yung mga hinihinging requirements. Ngayon kasi kinakailangan feasibility study, kinakailangan mga ganyan na hindi naman alam ng magsasaka kung paano i-comply yan. No? So, importante na to remind the bank na kayo nandyan to provide instant credit para sa mga magsasaka, yung mga nais magtanim, yung mga biktima ng delubyo, yun na talaga ang original mission and vision ng Land Bank. So yun po ang gusto niya, to remind them na lalo na ngayon, may mga ganitong sakuna gaya ng ompong, kinakailangan magbigay ng tulong sa lalong mabilis na panahon at wag naman to insist on a long list of requirements like any other unibank would do so.
May follow-up? Others, Tina.
Sir,
Yes,
good
Tina.
morning.
Morning.
Sir, any update po or developments dun sa investigation regarding the missing in action mayors sa nung typhoon?
Well, binigyan po sila ng panahon na sumagot, no? I'm not sure if it's 5 or 10 days, pero isang araw pa lang po nakakalipas. So, they are being accorded the right to due process and a decision will be made shortly thereafter.
Can we identify them? Do you
Wala
have
pa
the list,
po
sir?
yung mga pangalan ng mga mayor, pero ang isinapubliko lang natin is ayon po tayo na dapat patawan ng pinakamabigat na parusa yung mga mayor na missing in action sa panahon na pinakakinakailangan sila ng ating mga kababayan.
Sir, on another issue, I think the President met with top intelligence officials yesterday in Malacañang. May we know the agenda and if ever is connected sa itong tomorrow's activities ng mga anti-Duterte groups, ano po bang directive ng Pangulo?
It's a regular intel briefing which unfortunately remains classified.
May mga rallies daw po bukas. Ano po bang guidance ng Malacañang?
Well, you know, maximum tolerance po palagi ang nakasaad sa batas. At yan naman pong sinusunod ni Presidente whether or not there is a law. But more so since there is a law. Wala naman pong makakareklamo kay Presidente na balat sibuyas si Presidente, hinahayaan niya, kinikilala niya importansya ng malayang pananalita. So we will give maximum tolerance to everyone because after all, the President was not the one who declared martial law in September 21 many years ago.
Sir, how would you assess the threat against the administration?
It's not anything that the state cannot deal with. Dream on to those who want to remove the President.
May follow-up? Other issue, Bernadette.
Sir, will the President declare state of calamity po considering that the World Bank loan will expire in 2 weeks po?
We reserve judgment on that. I'm sure that policymakers are examining the issue. I think Secretary Dominguez has said that there is this emergency loan that may be procured up to $500 million upon declaration of a national state of calamity. So kung kinakailangan naman po yan, may proseso rin po yan eh. It's not just the President's decision. The NDRRMC must formally meet and recommend to the President. So kung mangyayari po yung national declaration na yan, it will depend on the NDRRMC.
Okay,
Thank you, sir.
sorry, go. Okay na? Christine.
Sir,
Hi, Christine.
Do you still need yung EO that is being drafted supposedly to ease yung importation of food?
Certainly.
Given the NFA has been reorganized, even the NFA Council.
Hindi lang naman po bigas ang problema. Meron din tayong problema sa manok, may problema din tayo sa baboy, at may problema rin tayo sa gulay. So, kinakailangan po natin na mapadali yung proseso dahil alam naman natin, dapat meron tayong hakbang na ginagawa. Hindi man lang natin makontrol ang halaga, pagtaas ang halaga ng krudo, magawa natin ng paraan na bumaba ang presyo ng mga pagkain.
Pati yung what's this? So when will you issue the EO, sir?
I'll follow up po, no? Kasi alam ko dapat lalabas na yan as soon as time possible.
Joyce.
Sir, sa COA report lang, sabi ng COA, the country will have to pay 230.17 million in commitment policies to foreign lenders due to delayed and canceled projects in 2017. Ano pong reaction ng palasyo dito?
Well, that's unfortunate, but if that is a finding of COA, no, it must be true. But tignan po natin muna kung ano yung mga dahilan kung bakit natin kinancel. Maybe po, mas malaki mawawala kung tinuloy natin yung mga pangungutang na yan, yung mga proyektong yan. So, ibig sabihin po, hindi naman po, ibig sabihin na palibasa na cancel, walang dahilan. Meron po talagang mga dahilan siguro kaya hindi tinuloy. So, I do not know what these projects are, and I'm not able to comment specifically kung ano yung mga individual projects na ito. No? I'm just saying that malaking halaga yan, inaamin natin, pero there must be a bigger reason why. But I do not know the details as of yet.
Pero do we guarantee na babayaran natin itong commitment penalties?
Well, kapag hindi po kasi, that will have ramifications as far as yung credit trustworthiness ng Pilipinas. It will affect our credit standing, and siyempre po, makaka-apekto yan dun sa ability to raise funds from overseas sources.
Sir, any message din dun sa landslide that happened sa Naga City, Cebu?
Ako, nakikiramay po kami dun sa mga naging biktima ng landslide sa Naga, at asahan niyo po na lahat naman po ay gagawin ng gobyerno para maibsan yung dalamhati na nararama ng mga biktima, at titignan po natin kung paano natin maiiwasan ang mga ganitong pangyayari sa mga darating pang mga panahon.
Last na. Sir, may group na nag-file ng complaint kay Mocha Uson sa Office of the Ombudsman, and they're calling for the President to sack Mocha Uson.
Well, let's wait for the decision of the Ombudsman dahil meron na namang ganyang complaint. The Ombudsman can already order the dismissal of anyone in government because it is both an administrative and a criminal case. Igagalang po ng palasyo ang proseso. Kung sinabi ng Ombudsman, sibakin, hindi po natin tututulan yan.
The Ombudsman can order the dismissal, but we can't expect a dismissal order from the Office of the
Sa
President.
ngayon po, hindi.
Okay. Maricel?
Hi, sir. Sir, patanong lang ng office. May we have your statement about the decision of the International People's Tribunal, again, who has found the President Rodrigo Duterte guilty of human rights violations, and they are saying that they will hand out the ruling. It will be forwarded to the United Nations Human Rights Council.
That's a sham decision. It has no official sanction. The validity of the findings will depend on the credibility of the tribunals. I'm in this field of law. I do not know who sat there. They appear to be a propaganda body of the international left, if not the, and therefore, we set it aside as being a useless piece of propaganda against the government.
Okay.
Alam nyo kasi in international law, even if it's not official, it could have a bearing depending on the stature of the individual sitting there. For instance, for comfort women, we had the Comfort Women Tribunal here in Asia, no? But the people who sat there as judges include really individuals who later on were appointed to the International Court of Justice because they had the highest qualification, one who was prosecutor for the UN War Crimes Tribunal for the former Yugoslavia. So ganun. Another was appointed the Human Rights High Commissioner for Human Rights. No? Pero tinitignan ko yung roster, di ko po talaga kakilala. It's really just leftists, no, who happen to be white, sympathetic to the Philippine left. grabe po kasi talaga yung networking ng Philippine left with left groups as well, particularly in Europe.
Okay, mag-last question na tayo. Virgil?
Sir, the President said in a speech before troops in Isabela on Tuesday that the communist insurgency will be over by the second quarter of next year. So how will the government actually achieve this goal?
Dalawang kombinasyon po yan. Yung patuloy na pakikipaglaban sa kanila at yung patuloy na pag-iinganyo na mag-surrender ang mga nanlaban o nanglalaban sa ngalan ng Communist Party of the Philippines. Marami po tayong mga surrenderies na binibigyan natin ng tulong para magkaroon ng bagong buhay. At the same time, we're in the process of modernizing our armed forces. Hindi po sila talo, kung baga, sa military strength ngayon ng militar. Pero it's a combination of both. And plus the fact that we're confident that the people will know that the President was given a mandate to address the root causes of rebellion, and he has been doing so.
So it's not just a military solution.
Hindi naman po. It's overall. It's the fact that our policies are directed to address the root causes of poverty, and the fact that we are promising NPA fighters a new lease on life.
Yung peace process kasi diba naka-suspend siya for the meantime to give way for the review of the existing agreements and consultations with stakeholders. Do we have an update on this po?
Wala pong update from now.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Ace Romero.
Kala ko, di ka na darating, Ace.
Sec, may we have a follow-up on the status of the EO on the localized peace talks?
I'll follow up, because there's a draft already. It's a matter of having it issued. Siguro tinitignan lang ng Office of the Executive Secretary because it was prepared by OPAP.
Thank you, Sec.
Okay, na more
Oh,
questions?
nasa na yung Joseph lookalike na si Ivan? Wala ka bang tanong, Ivan?
Ivan, may question ka?
Kasi pinakamaraming tanong si Joseph eh. Since you're representing him, baka may tanong ka. Okay, break daw today.
Okay,
Okay.
no more questions. Salamat.
Thank you. See you on Monday.
Thank you, Presidential Spokesperson Harry Roque, sa mga bisita natin at sa MPC. Back to our main studio sa Radyo Pilipinas and People's Television Network.